get a mansion, a jacuzzi, a theater to watch my movie.
All right, welcome into the Pioneer Podcast here on a Monday, April 3rd. National Championship game tonight. Got baseball getting ready to start up right now. WrestleMania concluded last night. The women's Final Four in the books. We're going to talk about all that stuff here today and throughout the week. So don't forget, if you didn't get enough of us today on this hour-long show, you got plenty more of us coming up this week as we're on for 3 hours tomorrow from 12 to 3 and 3 hours on Thursday, 12 to 3. Also going to have Chase Harler on the show of the West Virginia Mountaineers, his involvement with the TBT. We're going to highlight that. Talk about the TBT coming here to Wheeling. So tune in tomorrow around 12:30ish, early in our second block, I guess. That will be 12:30 tomorrow. Chase will be joining us. Matt here with Coach Jarrett and Jubb, as usual, in the studio down here at the Watchdog Center in Wheeling. Nice day outside, fellas. Lots going on in the news of sports. We just have a big merger going on between WWE and UFC. Lots to talk about. How's everybody doing this afternoon?
Yeah, the weather is really perking up. Unbelievable. Looks like 80 on Wednesday. Jarrett, you are fired up.
It's
cut the grass today.
That's amazing. I actually cranked up the mower today, and amazingly, the mower sat all throughout the winter. And at one crank,
pull?
one pull,
that's
it
a miracle.
up. I
no
couldn't
bad
believe
gas
it.
or anything.
I tell you what, I've had a good day so far. When I was driving down here,
boy.
Well, once, yeah, I got
Nowhere to
to
go
knock
but
on
down.
here.
Oh, boy.
Everybody hear that? And I'm knocking
Flat
on the
tire.
wood.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, well, I cranked the mower in one crank, and then I'm driving down here, and I got 5 straight yellow light. Like as I'm driving through, turned yellow, and I got through. So
Boy, that's a good day.
Incredible
start
to the day. So it can only go down. From
80's
here.
too warm, though, Jubb, don't you think?
Too
Ooh.
quick. Oh,
Too-
John.
I know
Yeah.
he hates it. He wants it to be 40.
Last night I woke up, I was going to bed, stink bugs flying around my room. They love the heat. Windows, can't even open the windows anymore because it's too hot. It's just, it's depressing.
It's horrible, and it's only April 3rd. Oh,
I know.
God.
I think we're in for a dandy summer. Just all indications.
Well, it was
I think it's going to
pretty
be
useless winter. I don't even
Yeah, there's
consider
really you
calling it
can't
winter.
even say anything.
No snow.
Wow,
I
like,
mean, I don't even think I used the shovel once.
No.
I think we had one significant
We had-
snow, like right towards the beginning.
No.
right?
Yeah, we had
wasn't
like a
signif-
dusting, and
wasn't
it was like
significant.
enough where I had to scrape my walk.
Yeah,
Right, that was it.
I mean, well, I guess technically we can call it significant because we haven't had any other significant.
We haven't,
ones
yeah.
all winter.
That
so
might have been back in
It was
November.
like it was like an
something.
inch. I think
Yeah,
we got.
yeah, it might have been an inch or two.
And what's amazing, all these other places in the country are just getting pummeled with snow. There's a snowstorm somewhere like today.
I'll never forget somebody, and I can't remember who it was, said that Wheeling is like God's armpit. It just never gets. There's nothing
It
that
just
comes.
seems like everything goes north or south of us. They're going to get these. And let's thank thank the good Lord we haven't gotten hit with any of these tornadoes or.
Yeah, we're pretty good in
The mountains
tornadoes.
protect us.
No hurricanes, no tornadoes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Occasional earthquake tremor. That's about it.
I don't know if you guys saw Arkansas or Tennessee or any of those places. It's just horrible.
Oh, the tornadoes are just so devastating all through Oklahoma. And this is the worst time of year. Start getting into the spring. It's very dangerous out there.
Oh man, just you hear this and you go in the basement or something, or you go somewhere and you come back, your house is gone.
Yep.
I mean, literally, I saw houses in Arkansas that were gone.
Yep.
Nothing but the foundation. Like every single thing that you own is gone. It's like you can't save
Do
anything.
you think that that's covered under some kind of insurance or something?
Well, I mean, probably some of it is, I'm sure,
Yeah.
but
You're paying a lot for it though, because it happens a lot.
all your sentimental things are gone. All your pictures, all your things that were on a wall that mean so much to your family, gone. I mean, because back in the day, you didn't have all this digital stuff where you could save it on your phone or your computer, but now all your pictures, all your belongings, God, if you have money stashed somewhere, that's gone. Just awful. I mean, you can replace a lot of things, but good Lord,
Crazy.
Yeah.
I've never really thought about a tornado before here.
We don't have to
Doesn't
worry
really
about it here.
cross my
Occasionally,
mind.
you'll see one that'll dip up over the hill in Ohio,
Yeah.
and then by the time it gets here to the river,
Yeah, there was like a little back when we used to play for the Redbirds. I remember there was one that dropped down right on top, right across the street from I think either Save-A-Lot or up by Center Foundry. There was
Oh,
one
yeah.
that ripped through the trees up like on the other opposite side.
We
of the
had
road.
that phenomenon earlier last
Oh,
spring
yeah,
too.
when we-
That
where
Derek
the trees
show?
were leveled out.
That
out
Derek
by-
show
in
or
Wheeling
Derek-
Park.
Yeah, out by Wheeling Park.
Derecho or Derecho or
Well,
however you say
that's
it.
what they want us to think.
Yeah, no, that was like Tunguska. So,
Yeah.
Coach, you were talking about the blizzard. It's in the northern plains, up through
Yeah.
the Dakotas.
That 2
Minnesota. I mean,
feet.
they're going to get
2 feet.
from Rapid City up past Bismarck and Fargo
in the
into
Dakotas,
Canada.
Minnesota,
Yeah,
going to get pounded
It's
with
going to be nasty up there.
2 feet of snow. Just think if you played baseball up there. You're
that's
not,
even worse
you're
than
not going
here.
to play baseball for a long time. But
No, you
I
better-
mean, I will say around here, these guys have been fairly lucky, especially Jarrett. You played for West Liberty for 4 years. You know what it's like in spring. It's just horrendous. If it's not raining, it's windy. It's not windy, it's cold, snowing. But they've had it yesterday. This weekend was unbelievable.
Yeah, good weekend to play.
I mean, other than the wind on Saturday, if you played Sunday and Monday, I know Wheeling Park played down at Morgantown on the Mountaineers field and had, other than the wind, they had, unbelievable temperatures. So I hope the weather holds out for them at least. I know baseball's kicking off, the softball, tennis, track, all the spring sports. So I know they're excited about the warm weather.
How did Wheeling Park do over the weekend?
They split. They
I saw they lost a close one to Morgantown.
Yeah, they lost 8-6 to Morgantown and then beat Parkersburg South, I believe, 5-4 in a walk-off. So they'll be good. They're gonna be good. They just need to get their field done now.
Yeah.
I don't know how many
we
weeks
still don't
away.
have an update on that.
Nah, probably still a couple weeks away, but I'd say they're getting closer, obviously. So
Yeah,
hopefully,
I think they got 5 games I think on the road this week. I think they play
Yeah.
at Brook tonight and then go like 4 other places. I think they go down to Hurricane and
Aren't they number one? Hurricane?
I think so. Yeah.
That's-
Yeah, on the
that's a-
weekend.
How
I
about,
think.
yeah, this weekend. But how
Are
about that?
any of the teams in the Northern Panhandle in any level expected to be like state championship caliber teams, or do we know that yet? Or is it too early to
I
say?
would say it's a little early to say, but I would say probably at this point no. But
Yeah.
maybe Park will make a little bit of run because it looked like they played with Morgantown pretty even. And
Morgantown's number 3. I just saw this on my Metro News.
Yeah.
Hurricane number 1, Spring Valley number 2, Morgantown number 3.
who's 4 or 5?
Musselman.
They
4.
play them. They were supposed to play them this weekend, but the weather interrupted that.
And then Hedgesville 5.
Hedgesville, they don't play them.
And then Bridgeport. Says Bridgeport's only played 1 game. They're
Yeah.
1-0. They must have had some bad weather.
Wow,
there or
I don't know.
something. 1-0. They're number 6. St. Albans 7. Cabell Midland 8. Huntington 9. And Martinsburg 10. So a lot of EP and Southern teams.
Yeah, and I think Bridgeport has a really probably the best pitcher in the state. I forget his name. It's McDougal, I believe. So I think they have one of the best big lefty. So I think he's going to West Virginia. So they've got a good pitcher, a really good pitcher. And then Hurricane's always loaded. They're always good. And then double and triple. I don't know.
Looks like double Logan
Yeah,
is the top. Logan,
I-
Fairmont Senior, Chapmanville, Shady Spring. Those are the top 4. And then Scott, Pikeview, Winfield, Robert C. Byrd, Herbert Hoover, and Nichols County.
Who's in triple? How about the triple A? Who's?
Well, that is. They only have 3 for baseball, right?
Oh, yeah,
they're
that's
still
right.
listed
That's
Hurricane
right.
as triple.
That's
So that
right.
was double, and then Tyler
I'm
consolidated
sorry.
in Class A.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's only.
Yeah, it looks like
it's-
Tyler's really
yeah,
good.
it's 4
They're
classes.
11
Tyler
0.
11-0.
11-0.
Charleston Catholic.
Who'd you say?
Tyler.
Oh, okay.
Charleston Catholic, Williamstown, Wahama, Man, Gilmer, Petersburg, Cameron, 4-3 Cameron, Ravenswood, and Pendleton County round out the top 10 there. So
Oh, okay. Well,
those are fresh, hot off the press today for Metro News. I got the alert a little bit ago.
now good. So, so baseball cranking it up. We're going to try to get some baseball guys on here. We were talking before the show. Get some baseball guys, get their perspective on the rule changes here in Major League. I want to touch on that here in a little bit, but the rule changes and see how their seasons are going and get a feel for. How everything's going in the valley with who's going to be good, who's not going to be good, and it is that time of the year. So
basketball's almost done. We
we
got
put
one
a-
more game
We
left.
put a bow
Amazing.
on it tonight.
Okay, guys. So observations. Now, I gotta say that the women's basketball did well for itself this weekend.
Yeah.
They're getting more talk in the press than the
Yeah.
men, just because of the stuff that was going on in the court and the upsets and lots of stuff happened in that game yesterday. Was well viewed, and they think that the women's 2 games, the Friday night game, Iowa and South Carolina, and yesterday's championship is going to do better than the men. If that's what I'm hearing.
Wow.
Early. Yeah,
That's hard to believe.
It is.
really
It
is
is.
still hard to believe. But
Well, they also blame tonight's tip-off being so late.
What
That's
is it,
just absurd.
9:20?
9:38, I think.
9:38.
I thought that's what I
Oh,
saw.
I was
Yeah,
going to
let
go
me
down to
check.
the club and watch it, but I'm not going to. Jeez, oh, Pete.
I mean, why though? I don't understand
I mean,
that.
that's just to accommodate the West Coast. Is that what it is?
Oh no, 9:20 first.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
geez,
yeah, right.
28 minutes. So you got extra 28
geez,
minutes.
Wow.
My goodness, that's rough.
Oh, that's really bad. That's really bad. And then Michael Grove throwing tonight against the Rockies.
Oh, you can stay up, Coach. Go home, get a nap.
Go right in.
Wake up about 8 o'clock, watch a basketball game, watch Michael.
What best wishes to Michael Grove. I'm pulling for him, man. I hope he has a good outing today. Hope he can get the win tonight. That'd be awesome to see Michael Grove. That's so exciting. Just so,
Yeah, well, I mean, they're at home against the Rockies.
Yeah.
It's a good pitching park. The Rockies.
What is that?
Mike-
What is the line on that? They got to
let's
be
see.
$2 at least.
Yeah, I would say they're. Although I'll tell you what, the Dodgers got some concerns on offense. If you ask me, it's a little early, I guess, but their offense.
Michael's strikeout line is 4.5 right now.
Michael minus 220 right now is the highest I see.
Yeah.
Minus 220.
8.5.
Okay. Come on, Mike. Good luck, buddy. Everybody in Wheeling's pulling for you.
Yeah, so get in there on DraftKings right now. Put them in your lineup
Yes.
for tonight. Let's go.
I wish it was at 8 o'clock. We'd have a watch party somewhere, but I don't think.
Yeah,
we're
he'll
gonna-
be back. He'll have more
Oh,
than
yeah.
this. So.
Yeah, I know he will, but it's that exciting first start would be really cool. So anyway, wish Michael the best of luck.
He's going to do awesome. He'll do great.
I might bet that over 4.5. He gets that nasty
Yeah,
slider
I
going.
tell you what, I don't think the Rockies are going to be very good. So
Well,
If he can just get past that little heart of their order there, where
Yeah.
they have to deal with Bryant, Blackman, and Crone, and I don't know, Pro 4, he's all right. But if he can get through that first 4, he's
yeah,
Not
let's.
bad.
I hope he does well. I'm excited for him. Excited to watch. Heck, I'm gonna be up late
Do you
tonight.
know much about the guy he's facing, Ryan
No,
Feltner?
no,
I don't know
not
him
much
either.
at all.
Yeah.
Not much at all. I've actually really never even heard
He
of
looks
that
like
guy.
a young guy too. His K prop
He
4.5
seems like
as well.
a guy that I know from college, and I can't remember where he may have went, but
4.5 on his hits, 4.5 on the strikeouts.
Rockies coming in 2-2. They beat the Padres twice.
Yeah, got him.
Yeah.
Got him first 2 nights. But yeah. So all right. So thoughts on the basketball games from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? Anything?
Yeah. I was checking. Sorry about that. I was checking my phone on the Rockies. Your Hurricanes got locked down. I mean, Connecticut.
Yeah, that game. was
Connecticut, to me, is an incredible defensive team. They made Miami work for every single shot. Made them take tough shots. I mean, they were.
Yeah, that game was over quick.
Yeah, it was.
I
And
was watching the 10 Commandments by halftime.
you thought a couple of times Miami sort of tried to creep back in it, but just Connecticut is just too darn good defensively. They're so good, so big. I think San Diego State's in a world of trouble tonight.
What do you think about that game? I thought officiating in the last 5 minutes was very questionable. Now, Florida Atlantic can't blow that 14-point
Yeah,
lead.
that's rough.
I mean, it's just devastating. I had them, of course, in a with
Oh.
a
I
giant
know.
ticket. I was just hoping for them or Miami to win. Just one of them. Obviously, I wanted Miami to win. But, tough calls down the stretch. They didn't defensive rebound. and
No,
they
they
blew
did
a 14-point lead. So I can't feel sorry for them. And I don't understand them shooting the ball before the end of the shot clock. It didn't make any sense to me. I thought they should have shot. I thought they got everything they would have wanted to get. The San Diego State wasn't going to foul. There was going to be about a 6-second difference.
Right.
So they're holding it out there. They're getting to run this all the way down to about 6 seconds. I thought they try to get their best. They're a three-point shooting team. Take their best three, even if it's deep. And by the time a three-pointer goes, it leaves your hand, travels to hit the rim, and comes off. The time for them to get down the floor is almost gone.
Well, and usually on a three, a long rebound gives you a pretty decent
and you
shot,
get a shot, right.
Offensive
So
rebound.
of all times for them to decide to force a two early,
Yeah.
I thought it was really bad. But San Diego State the week before has a similar situation where Creighton decided to foul and hold the ball to the last shot. And then they're mad about the foul. I thought San Diego State, I don't know, they must be a team of destiny right now. It's hard to rule them out tonight. I think UConn is so much better than them, but who knows?
It's just the way things are going right now.
But do you take the 7.5? That's the question.
Well, yeah, I would. I played the. I was hoping Miami covered because I played Connecticut on the money line and tried to middle it with Miami, and I thought a couple times maybe might scratch to get in within 5, but they
didn't go away. UConn's just too good.
They are just too good.
They played too good the other night.
I can't see them. I can't see them losing tonight.
Do you guys like anything tonight betting wise? Do you like that 7.5? I saw you put the Publix all over UConn.
Yeah, well, I mean that always scares me, but they've got it right. They've covered every game this tournament. They've bet them every game. So I mean it's just getting bigger and bigger now. But it opened at 6 and went up to 7.5. So
that middle seems a little low to me.
I have to
over.
say, and I hate it to be on the same side as everyone that comes in. It's like, oh, UConn and over. I do actually kind of like the over in this game. I think you could see situations where they're fouling and just extending the game. And San Diego State has shown that they can score in bunches, but then they could go cold too. But UConn, I don't know how they're going to slow them down. They have such a good balance. They can score inside, mid-range, and outside, and their defense is really tough.
It just seems like that middle number is trying to get people to play over. It just seems like too easy of an overplay. I mean, all you got to do is score in the set. 70-65 puts it over. 70-63 puts it over. I just can't wrap my head around that. I mean, it just looks too easy to play that game over. So I'm going to do some thinking on that one. I think that the under might be the play to fade the general public. So
yeah, I might have to attack some player props or something. There isn't really anything that I love. I don't know. I tried to come in prepared this morning and try to give somebody a winner on a show today, but I was struggling to find anything that I really, really loved. Maybe UConn total points over 70.5. I think that's a decent bet. Because even if you like it under, UConn may blow them out. I don't know. We'll see. Still got time. If you like anything, 304-214-1600. Give us a call on the Frio and Stack Auction Service Hotline. Tell us your picks for the game tonight. Also, tell us what you thought about the women's game yesterday. What did you guys think of that game? Actually, both the South Carolina and Iowa and then yesterday's game.
Yeah, I mean, I just LSU just was not going to be beaten. It was incredible. I mean, and then I think back to your point about the viewing audience. I think Caitlin Clark was an absolute diamond for NCAA women's basketball. She was so freaking good. I mean, she was unbelievable to beat South Carolina. I've never seen a girl that can step outside the three-point line and shoot as far, and then can drive to the bucket or post up. She's
a great passer. She's a really good player.
Some of those passes I watch her, just like she seems so strong. The way that she can throw the pass, like it just looks quicker than everybody else.
She plays like a guy.
It is amazing. Some of those shots that she just, even at the end when they were getting blown out, she just was pulling up from like half court almost, and I'm like,
right.
I mean, this girl is seriously. I think really she is kind of just inspired
she
whole.
Captivated the audience over the weekend, and even LSU was. And I liked LSU in the game, so full transparency. I liked LSU. I thought that their coach, Kim Mulkey, I know she gets a lot of criticisms for her outfits, but she's 4-0 in national championship games. She had them well prepared to win the other night against Virginia Tech, and they struggled in that game. They didn't make any shots in that game, and they still came back and won. Now, yesterday they made everything. I thought LSU was going to be very tough to beat. I didn't count on them making every shot. But even LSU had them kind of dead, put away a few times. And here comes Clark a couple more times. Here's a three. Here's a three. She set something else up. They cut it under 10, and you're like, oh, you don't know now. LSU had to work for that game. Hats off to them. They did. I know a lot of people, there's a lot of outrage going on right now with you guys see the Caitlin Clark and the girl from LSU going at it pretty good.
Doing the John Cena thing. I don't know. I mean,
I think it's good for the game. It gets people talking about it. I didn't think anybody. Now, I did think the officiating down the stretch in that game, not that it would have mattered. I thought Caitlin Clark's technical foul was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
She was really
that referee. That woman should never work again.
I mean,
I like terrible decision.
The broadcasters were saying, they understand that. The situation is it's such a big situation. Why are you doing that? But also, Caitlin Clark's got to control herself. But she didn't really do anything.
She should have got her money's worth. Then she should have punted the ball.
She felt like she reared back and threw it at the ref.
There wasn't even anybody down there. It was a baseline inbound. She was doing is putting the ball down there. I get it, a little bit of frustration, but I didn't see any malice there. That is ridiculous. You have to understand the circumstances that you're in. You're refereeing a national championship game here. You got to have a cooler head than these young girls.
Yeah, and then that gives LSU four shots.
Yes.
But
I thought a few of those review plays were ridiculous. I thought they wasted people's time.
Yeah.
Those plays happen in basketball. Any of us that played basketball from small level, from a little kid's level up to whatever level you stop playing, college, high school, whatever. Sometimes when you're turning in the post, you're going to elbow somebody, and sometimes you're going to get elbowed. And it's not always someone trying to hurt you. I think that's just absurd. But thought the officiating was poor in that game. Thought it was really poor in the FAU San Diego State game. Didn't matter in Miami, UConn, and hopefully it won't matter tonight. But I don't know. I hate it when the officials are the center of attention. We're going to talk a bunch about baseball and the rule changes and stuff. But who's your pick for tonight in basketball, Jarrett?
Man, I would say I don't really know a side, but I'm going to go stick to my gun and go with the over. That seems a little bit too low to me, and I probably would lean a little bit towards UConn. They just seem like a better team, like we were saying. But then again, San Diego State might be the team of destiny
honestly,
here.
So Dalton Boland's team has been a guest on our show. They had them beat, really.
Yeah.
San Diego State went like 9 minutes without a field goal in that game and somehow still kept the lead. Charleston just could not make a couple plays that they needed to make, or they won that game, and who knows who's in the final. I do think, similar to what we were talking about with EJ in here on Thursday, about if you replayed this tournament over again, it would be entirely – although the way UConn's playing, I would say I feel like they still may have made the Final Four. But other than them, who else? Miami should have lost in the first round of Drake. No, they didn't.
Yeah.
But, and you can go on and on and on of the examples.
The games to forget. Purdue got beat by Farley Dickinson.
Yeah.
Like that.
And Princeton beat
too.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Down 9 in the second half. They come back. Arizona never scored again.
Some of these, you're right. I would love to see how many different outcomes it could be.
How many simulations, and be almost every one of them would be in play.
Yeah.
Short of the 16 or 15 winning it all, but probably making the Final Four well within. Now, and I did think, too, I want to get your opinion on this before we take a break. Do you guys think Florida Atlantic, to me, was incredibly misseeded? They should never have been a 9 seed.
Oh, gosh,
it's ridiculous.
No way.
What do you think, Coach?
Oh, yeah.
They should have been like a 5, probably 6.
Yeah.
At the lowest.
They're a good team. They're good.
Yes, they are. And I get committee. You can't just put teams like NC State and these Big Ten teams, Illinois, just because they're in a big league. You should watch the games. Because I knew like several weeks ago that Florida Atlantic was really good when I watched them a couple times on CBS Sports Network. Their conferences games are on there. It's like, this team has really good players. Their guards are really good, and they can score all different ways, and every guy can score. Thought it was a bad job.
I definitely think they should be at a higher seed, but
that was like New Haven being a 7 seed in Division II.
Yeah, that might have been.
worse. That was embarrassing.
Yeah,
that was awful.
They did. They were probably the only team that really, truly didn't really belong.
Yeah,
the other 7. Now they did win their region, so hats off to them. But that region must have been very weak.
Like we were saying, heck, they're probably the only team. 7 of the 8 teams there probably could have really won that tournament. Besides New Haven,
no question about it. But the transfer portal, as we talked about many times on this show, is going to lead to more of this stuff.
Yeah,
where you're going to have crazy outcomes, lots of things upside down, players moving.
Well, the
It's
two
like
best
free
players
agency.
from the championship game in Division
Right.
Two are gone.
Yeah, and it sounds like from what my intel says, it sounds like Bryce Butler is going to go to Charleston. From what I've heard.
Okay.
That's just what I've heard. so-
Amazing.
What about Sunahara? You hear anything?
I haven't
on
heard
him?
anything on him. I asked the guys at Nova, and they're not even sure. They haven't heard anything really.
Did that come as a surprise to them, or?
I'd say a little bit, yeah. But I think they kind of were expecting maybe it was a possibility because that's the way it's trended.
Yeah.
They lost their good guy.
Oh yeah.
What the heck's his name? We talked about him on Thursday, but they lost their best guy last year to the portal. So I think now, and I think they just have their guard up, knowing that
That's
and
That's
it
just
could be
gotta
free
so
reign.
frustrating. I mean, you win a national championship and then you want to leave. I mean,
know.
I get it. I guess you want to go to Division One, but my goodness, you think
Yep.
you have it made down there. But
Yeah, I know. It seems like a great place to go to school. Anyway, we're going to take a break here on the Pioneer Podcast on the Watchdog. Come back and talk a little bit of baseball and then tell you about some other stuff we have coming up throughout the week. We'll be right back on the
Corolla, both with great MPGs. Or come in and test drive a new RAV4, Highlander, or Corolla Cross, each with plenty of cargo room, so you can be ready for any adventure. Visit buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Hurry, offers end April 4th. Toyota, let's go places.
All right, welcome back into the PRP on the Watchdog. Mets and Brewers underway. Daniel Vogelbach with a smash right inside the first base bag. Truck it for
boy.
two.
Uh-oh.
Get down, big man. He's out. Sorry, folks. We couldn't
Oh, my
resist
gosh,
that.
that was
Right
exciting.
as we're coming back on, big Vogelbach smashes one right inside the bag and gets thrown out about
that
a
was
foot.
amazing.
That's
That-
incredible to watch him around in
Amazing
first.
timing right there.
Fun stuff. All right, welcome back into the Power Podcast here on the Watchdog. Matt here along with Coach Jarrett and Jubb as usual. Again, we got plenty of cool stuff coming up the rest of the week. We got 3 hours tomorrow, 12 to 3. 12 to 3 again on Thursday. Don't miss it. We got plenty of action happening. We're going to talk a little bit. We're going to talk extensively about the Masters tomorrow. We got Masters starting on Thursday. Lots to talk about with that. We've got more MLB talk throughout the week. 2 Lives and a Florida Guy, The Time Machine, PRP in Space, World and Local News. Chase Harler's going to join the show. We may try some new segments in here. If we ever have any space or time, we'll fill it around our guests. We're going to have Chase on tomorrow around 12:30, and I believe Roy C. Mercer said he was going to call in tomorrow too, so that's must-hear radio.
Matt, I'll tell you somebody that's giving Roy C. a run for his money. He's on the air right now.
Oh, Dan.
Dan has a really important news bulletin for us.
Yes, breaking news. We're in a prisoner swap with the Russian government for the Wall Street Journal reporter, Slobovia. We're going to give up Bat Boy and the Corn Monster for that journalist. You know the Corn Monster, don't you? He lives up in West Liberty. He always tries to... Oh, he lives up in West Liberty. He lives amongst the corn, but he only comes out during the mayonnaise and mustard festival.
What time of the year is that?
It's briefly between October and November. November. And it gets a little breezy out, and we have, the big mustard festival up there in West Liberty.
Why are we
I miss that.
Why are we going to give those two up, though? They're two wonderful citizens of the United States. That's sad.
No, Bat Boy has gone he's gone rogue on us.
And now this isn't like the Pirates Bat Boy you're talking about. You're talking about the actual Bat Boy, half man, half bat.
Do you know? Come on, you don't know who Bat Boy is? Bat Boy was found in Warwood, West Virginia, and they keep him in a secret lab. You didn't know that? If you Google Bat Boy, it was in the U.S. World News and Report, like the National Enquirer, and they keep him in a secret lab. He's fought Saddam Hussein. He's done a lot of things, but you know what? He tripped Charlotte Blair at WrestleMania and made her break her nose.
Oh my! Dan, did you enjoy WrestleMania?
Well, I saw bits and pieces of it because I was watching hockey and different things. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed what I saw. Yeah.
How are things in Slobovia?
You know what? With the water being a little bit high, we've been able to grow some beautiful ferns, and we have it's like Disney World, but we're having the Flower and Wine Festival this week. Just get yourself a rowboat, and you can come on over and partake in the festivities. We're going to have Hunter stew. Oh, Hunter stew's so good.
Yum.
Take a piece of aluminum foil on a hamburger and a potato and a carrot, and then you make a delicious stew with it.
Oh,
So
a potato and a carrot.
Oh, a do-it-yourself stew. You make your own.
Do-it-yourself stew. But the problem is I journeyed over to the eastern part of the island, and there's cannibals.
No. Got to watch them.
Oh, my.
Well, they're kind of, they come in with their shopping carts, you know what I mean? The ones that float up from the river,
Ever buy Burger King.
Who's worse, the cannibals of Slobovia or the Corn Monster?
Oh, the Corn Monster's horrible. He's 7'3". He's bigger than Bigfoot. He's 7'3". He doesn't play basketball. He's lazy. He just goes around and he shakes the corn bushes. Well, everybody's trying to have a good time at the celebration of Mustard and Mayonnaise Festival.
Oh, boy.
Can you believe somebody being mean like that?
That's terrible.
That's awful.
All right, Dan. Well, have a good day, and thanks for shedding some light on what was going on this prisoner swap.
Hold on. I just one thing about the prisoner swap. I have a young lady that my daughter graduated from LSU, don't you?
Oh, wow. Go Tigers.
Yeah, go Tigers.
Yeah, go Tigers. And she's currently off the coast of the place where nobody wants to be, over in the middle of the Chinese Sea.
Oh.
And I'm going to mail her some of your stuff over there. So when we get where's Waldo? We'll get pictures of all over the world with her in that
great.
hat, T-shirt.
Wonderful.
Send her some of that air, too, that you bought online.
Well, you know what? Honestly, this is a true story. I have a can of air from the Holy Land.
Oh, wow.
I'm afraid to open it up.
Yeah, don't do that.
That doesn't smell like Bart Camp sewage, does it?
No, it doesn't smell like Bart Camp sewage, but I got the air and a prayer rug. If you send $190, they send you this prayer rug. We pray for people to give you money.
Perfect. Straight from the Gaza
I already
Strip.
got my money.
Lovely.
Hey, have a good day. I already doubled somebody's economy.
Thank you,
Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Thanks, Dan. All right, Dan checking in with prisoner swap news. That's good stuff.
Wow, that was breaking news.
Yeah, Huge.
Is that on CBS?
I haven't seen that yet.
I think it might be just
that
popped
second
up.
story behind Trump getting indicted and Vince McMahon merging with UFC. The corn monster. Oh, all right.
Wait till
Jared, do
President
you know
Biden
him? Does he
hears about
sleep
this.
out behind the dugout, the baseball field?
I think I've
don't
heard.
think I've ever met him
I've heard
before.
sightings of him like out on the cross country course down in the woods.
Have you guys ever been to the Mustard Festival?
No.
Mayonnaise and mustard.
I
don't think I'd go to the mayonnaise.
Ew.
part
Yeah,
of
no,
that.
I don't know if I'd go either.
I don't think I'm
Yeah,
going.
I'd
out.
try out the mustard. There might be some hot mustards.
What kind of variation is there on mayonnaise?
I
Is
don't
that like a
wanna know.
different aioli, or is that like is the mayonnaise
I
just
think
one?
brands maybe like Hellman's or
You
what,
just
I
go
don't even
to
know
a
any
festival
Miracle
for
Whip?
that
homemade.
craft.
Maybe it's like the rib
Miracle
and wing
Whip.
fest.
You
that
pay
people
so
make,
much.
Or
and
you
then
make
sample.
you make your own.
and people
Oh.
try your mayonnaise. And,
Well, I want to go over to Slobovia and make my own stew.
Yeah.
What do you say?
One
You get a
carrot,
potato?
A carrot,
Yeah.
and a potato.
Yeah, only a carrot and a potato. Well,
Ooh,
you got to
that'd
be
be
careful of the
delicious.
Great
cannibals.
stuff from
Yummy.
Dan.
Wait,
Wait,
Dan,
it's
thank
well,
you.
The island of Slovovia is. I mean, you could probably throw a rock to the other side of it. The cannibals have been hiding on the eastern side of the island.
It's like the Last of Us over there.
Yeah.
Goodness. Oh, good
It's
stuff
a
from Dan.
Exciting place. He got to send pictures. I hope
Yes.
you send some pictures so we can put them up on
Maybe
our website.
we can make a
Slovovia
Slobovian
calendar.
flag. Maybe we
Or
can
that,
make a
yeah,
flag.
it's
Tie-dye.
Perfect.
He said it's like Disney World over
Yeah,
there
it's tie- it's
with
tie-dye.
cannibals.
Yeah. It's a freak show, to
Man.
say the least. All right, this is the Pioneer Podcast here on the Watchdog. Don't forget, check us out Tuesday and Thursday as well, 12 to 3. Thanks again to Kayleen and Rocky. Kayleen's on vacation this week. Hopefully she's having a good time. Kayleen, Rocky, Howard, Lola, everybody here at the station, Bob Slider, all the people that have done such a nice job welcoming us and making us feel part of the team. We're glad to be here, glad to be having fun with you all. Check our regular stuff out. Pioneer Podcast comes out every Thursday. Better's Last Stand every Friday. You can find those on Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, all those places. Can watch us live in the studio every day on the radio here, or at least the 3 days that we're on, live on YouTube at the Pioneer Podcast. Check that out. At the Pioneer Podcast on social media. Check out our social media. See everything we got going on. Contact at thepioneerpodcast.com is our email if you have any questions, comments, observations, anything you want to say or find out, please email us. And then thepioneershop.com. Jub's getting his summer memorabilia ready to sell. Bikinis, sunscreen,
Dan from Slobovia, he'll be wanting to get a couple of nice things for
beach
the island.
house.
That's-
Yeah.
yeah.
We got lots, so be sure and check that out. Good
Jay,
stuff.
Matt or Jub, do you guys have the last two names for the TV? Do you have a job back there?
Yeah,
We
we
got-
have. Yeah, I'm
Who's
assuming.
swearing off
I'm
tonight?
assuming San Diego State and UConn are
Yes.
who we have left.
Yes.
Wayne Hicksonbaugh,
who has
San Diego State,
Okay.
and Joy Adams on UConn.
Joy and Wayne.
Alrighty.
I tell you what do you think Wayne thought when they pulled San Diego State for him?
I think he probably thought Sweet 16 at the best.
At the very best. Now
And
he's
here's Wayne.
And I believe Joy is she listens to us. She was listening to us the other day because she called and she wanted to figure out who she was on. So
Hi, Joy.
All
Good
right,
luck
well, good
tonight.
luck.
Joy, when you win that TV, please invite the Pine Room Podcast out, and we'll come out and sit down and watch. Watch it.
Jaws.
Maybe it's based. Watch Jaws.
Perfect. Wizard of
Yeah.
Oz.
Yeah, we can watch
Hey,
that.
and exciting news from the Pine Room Podcast. Possibly Wednesday, a group of us are heading to Elkins, and maybe have some exciting news that we'll be talking more about this week. And it's something that everybody can share in with us. Hopefully, if things work out.
All
So
right. Good tease, Coach. You got him wondering.
We'll
Yeah,
keep
we-
you. We'll
yeah,
keep you posted. It's going to be exciting.
All right.
Dan from Slobovia will definitely be in on that.
Absolutely. And probably send some down to Roy C. If it
Yeah.
goes well.
Oh, yeah, that would
well,
be
if it
good.
goes
Down
well.
Parkersburg, spread it around the trailer courts.
Wonder how he's doing. Roy
I'm
C.
sure. I'm sure that Junebug's got to be devastated, as the news was breaking when he was on last time about Bryce Butler. So
Yeah,
we'll get an update on that probably tomorrow or Thursday,
Yeah.
whenever Roy C. has the time. Also coming up this week, the Masters. Tradition like none other, and Jim Nance will be there. Jim Nance just
Your
ruins
boy.
my life. He's so bad. Oh God, I can't.
Well, he's
stand him.
this is it for him,
Yeah,
right?
for Final Four. Thank
Final Four,
God.
okay, so
I'm
he's-
so happy.
He's
Jimmy
out of
Nance.
that.
He's so bad. His cliches and boringness. Plus, he never knows the spread in the games, which makes me mad. He never knows the total. He never gives any type of good insight. And honestly, Bill Raftery's slipping pretty bad too. They got to overhaul that. Iron Eagle next year. That'll be good. it's an upgrade. All right, Coach, we're going to talk a bunch about the Masters tomorrow, but who comes to mind?
Well, obviously,
Scheffler, Rory, Rahm, the favorites, and then you got a giant gap down to 17-1, and there's a boatload of guys.
There's some live guys coming.
18
that are
live guys.
There's going to make
Koepka
some
off
noise.
a win.
Koepka's
Who's
off
your
a-
gut saying right now?
Cam Smith.
Okay, I like
him.
that.
I like
Yeah.
Cam Smith. I think he's still, people still got to prove they can beat him, man. He's awful good. So
He is.
I'm looking for him to make a lot of noise. Plus, I think he wants to prove to everybody that his game hasn't slipped since he went to live. So
Yeah.
I think he's going to play. And Koepka, I agree with you. Koepka's going to be tough. There's a couple guys I like. I'll talk about tomorrow.
Yeah, it's
That
going to be fun. We'll try to
some
give
dark
you
horses.
some good Masters picks. I have some good guys that I like too.
I had a good weekend in golf and I had a really good weekend in NASCAR. So things went well there. Basketball, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah,
That was
basketball is a bloodbath.
I had both totals wrong. I did have the side right on San Diego State, but I had both totals wrong. Basketball has not been good.
Well, you only got to deal with it one more night.
Well,
couple more
and
hours.
so
No
then we
NBA
get
playoffs.
into baseball.
Perfect, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Baseball's where you want to
easier.
be. All right, so let's get into this baseball. We do have actually rain in the forecast of the Masters too, which is another element. We'll talk a bunch about that tomorrow. Give you some picks. Maybe you can make some cash. Bristol Dirt Race this weekend on Easter Sunday at Bristol.
Boy, you have the final
be good stuff.
18 of the Masters, the Bristol Night Dirt Track,
and lots of baseball.
Baseball, wow,
Yeah,
pretty
good
cool.
stuff.
And the weather is supposed to be gorgeous this weekend.
Oh, good.
65, 67 on Sunday, Easter Sunday. So everybody will be able to get outside and also get inside and watch all the games. Some interesting notes on baseball. I did a few things like over-unders. What do you think out of there were 50 games played the first 4 days. There were 15, 15, 15, and 5 over the first 4 days. What do you think the totals were, over and unders? What do you think? 50 games.
I'll say 32 overs.
I was going to say 35 unders.
26 under, 24 over.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Right, just about right on the.
And you know what's crazy is either the games went way
Yes.
over or the games
Yeah.
stayed way under.
Yes,
it seemed
there
like
were a
the-
lot of 2-0s, a lot of
and
3-1s,
10-9s and all
there
these
were
games.
there were five, maybe 6 games that went over 15 runs.
Well, 3 of them were the Red Sox and Orioles.
Yeah.
Well, and then 3 of them were in the first day. There was an 18, an 18, and a 19. The
Yeah,
first
Blue
day.
Jays and
Yes.
who did they play?
And
Philly? No, not Philly.
Yeah, and I played that.
Rays.
Rays.
I played the Grand Salami
No.
under.
Blue
Tigers
Jays
played the
Cardinals.
Rays. Yeah,
Blue Jays
Blue Jays
Cardinals.
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah,
I
that's
played the
right.
Grand
Yeah,
Salami
you had
under.
2 games in 19s. That's
yeah,
but
and
then
it-
you had the Royals didn't score for 3 days.
Right.
They were shut out their first 2 games and then finally scored.
And then
yesterday.
a run in the first inning, 50 games. What do you think it was?
Oh,
was
man.
was there a run scored in the first inning?
Say 27 times yes.
Oh, I'm going to go 30 times no.
Matt, you were one off. 26 times run in the first inning. And that is hard to believe. You think that the pitcher usually could get through the first inning without giving up a run, but it is amazing that the percent of runs scored in the first inning. And like you'll be down to the last out, you get to the first 5 outs, and then a guy hits a home run or a walk and then a triple.
It's amazing. I've actually this bet's starting to get pretty popular. I've seen around like on social media that a guy came up with a name, called it a Nerfy. No run first inning, and like NRFI.
Yeah, that's getting
those things are huge.
Yeah, starting to get really
well.
popular.
Like if you bet that and you win it, and you don't want to do anything, you've already won your bet.
Yeah, and
Listen, I know there was a guy last year that parlayed every game, no run in the first. Champ Kettlewell calling in.
Speaking of baseball,
yeah, he would parlay every day. So if there's 12 games today, parlay every game no and every game yes. It never happened where the whole season last year where it all was a run. Obviously, all scoring a run is hard.
Yeah.
But not one time was there a time where everyone did not score in the first inning. There was a game at least every day. And the payouts are monstrous. You could bet like $1 and win, several thousand. But yeah, think about that. Not one time. I feel like in the old days that was not the case.
it's amazing.
Bizarre.
Like, and you would think with how good some of these pitchers are, they could get through the first inning without giving
Do you
up
think
a
it's
run.
just basically because every guy's trying to hit a home run? I guess.
Yeah, I
probably
could
why.
say that the power has just gone up through the roof. But it's amazing to me.
Yeah.
No, hey, we didn't have it in this game in the Brewers Mets.
Almost.
We have no runs till the
Top of the third.
Top of the third right now.
Well, I bet the Grand Salami under tonight.
All right, well, you're
120
through.
100,
Yeah, watch Lindor hit a home run here.
And the thing about the Grand Salami now, I've been following it pretty closely. And the Grand Salami, folks, for anybody, it's not a sandwich. They don't eat it in Slobovia with mayonnaise and mustard on it.
Yum.
It's the total runs scored by all the teams combined. So
throughout the day.
Throughout the entire day.
Entire calendar day. They have it in hockey as well. Also called Grand Salami.
Called a Grand Salami. But it's about an 8-run to 9-run average per team. So it's usually like at 120, usually the 120s for all 15 games. So it's like 126 or 127 today. I bet it under today. Went over again yesterday.
Oh.
So it's been over so far.
Hopefully Michael does his part tonight.
Yeah,
By that point,
help me out, Mike.
The important part of the day, right?
Yeah,
there.
well, I think that's the last game of the day, I believe.
Jared, so
10,
let's get into the rule changes. Anything noticeable stick out to you guys?
I did not.
The games are faster.
There really
no
was nothing that I honestly, I'll be honest, I actually enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
It's a better product to watch.
It really does. I mean, it's rapid fire. I mean,
I heard that a stat, and I'm a little bit off on the specifics of it, but the gist of it was the Giants and Yankee game the other day when we were on the air, opening day, was the quickest game that they had in like 2 years. The Yankees had only one game that was just about as short as that the entire year last year. So they've already, and the Giants, and I think their second game or their third game was the same thing. Would have been their 2 fastest games already from last. Like they have never played one faster last year.
I believe the Guardians and Mariners game that I think on Saturday was 2 hours and 3 minutes.
Yeah,
and I didn't see. I was trying to find it today. How many pitch clock violations were they?
Honestly,
Marcus Stroman was the first one. He was the.
I
very
saw
first
more batter violations than pitchers.
Yeah, I didn't really notice that many.
I thought
either.
there were like 8. That's what I had heard earlier in the weekend.
Another thing with the rule changes, the shift. I've seen a little bit of an impact already. Joey Gallo reached base 4 times for the first time in 2 years. With the shift change, so he's actually he may be able to.
Opening day had 14 violations.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of the 15 games.
Wow.
Average game time shrunk 26 minutes, and steals are way up. And my boy Starling Marte's been stealing bases left and right.
Yeah, he got thrown out the other day.
I know, but he did. He stole. He came back and stole later in the game. So he's I got him a bet on him to lead the league.
I'm going to be interested to see. I'd be interested to see what the players think about it right now, especially the pitchers.
I heard so far they're thinking that the advantage is to the batters so far, but I don't know about that.
Really?
Yeah, they think the pitchers are their routines are a little bit more infringed upon than the batters. I don't know. That's what I heard an analytical guy saying this morning.
I was thinking, wonder if it has an impact on the pitchers, like fatigue, how quick they get fatigued now that they don't have time to kind of catch their breath in between each pitch.
They said it really bothers Chris Bassett. He got smashed around yesterday. They said he's a mess about this.
Huh.
Yeah, I heard some people tipping the other day about him having a major problem with this. So people started to figure him out last year.
When they said like, if there's a runner on and they got to go back up home or back up third, and then run home, and then get back onto the mound. That's tough. I mean, I'm not defending him, but I'm saying I'm not saying that, but that could be one of the issues that they said could be. Like,
Job, what do you think? You're an old hurler.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think guys should be taking as long as they want. But I mean, if I think it's fair to give a guy a little time to breathe. I mean, I don't know.
Catch your breath for a few seconds.
Yeah, I was never a guy to take a lot of time. So I mean, I was up there. If I was feeling good, I was in and out. Is in a rhythm. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yep, when you're throwing well, I guess you want to work quick, right?
Oh, yeah, I mean, if you're throwing well, you start getting in the rhythm. That's why guys call timeout. I mean, that's guys step out of the box just to mess you up. But I when I was in a rhythm, I mean, I would just you couldn't go quick enough to get the ball out of your hand.
Yeah. All right, Jarrett. So we got 3 teams started 0-3 over the weekend: Tigers, Royals, and Phillies, and then obviously Rays, Twins, and Rangers, all 3-0. Out of the teams that are 0-3, are you worried? Obviously, the Tigers and the Royals are bad anyway. They're going to be really bad. Do you think the Phillies will come around?
That was a surprise to me. I didn't see that going 0-3, but I don't know. Probably wouldn't worry. It's early.
Do you think, contrastly, do you think the Rangers are going to be a little better?
I was a little impressed with them. They were pretty good. Their pitching was
good. The manager's going to be a huge help.
Yeah,
with
DeGrom got hit around a little bit. He struggled a little bit, but
he got some run support.
Good bet there that Sam gave us on that first day, going 7 innings.
Yep.
Hey, what'd he go? 5 1/3.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, Jarrett, what are your early thoughts on the Pirates?
It's not looking good.
They're going to struggle to score.
Oh, somehow Chris isn't calling in either. He's getting quiet.
They're going to struggle to score.
I was really frustrated watching them over the weekend. Just
Matt, like you said, you get past their 6-hitter. It's awful.
It's the same. It's just the same thing over and over again. And Rich Hill is just so bad. Rich Hill, he starts out leadoff home run. It's like, oh, here we go. Jonathan India, I think it was on the first pitch of the inning. He hits a home run. I
think the Reds' pitching's a little better than I knew.
The Reds actually.
Tommy said
I actually was kind of surprised by the Reds. I mean, they're not.
They're young too.
Their starters are pretty good.
They're not bad. That dude that pitched yesterday for the Reds is very good. Ashcraft.
Yeah,
I think they're better than the Pirates.
I do too. I would say the Pirates. I tell you what, I think Milwaukee stinks too. But they are 2-1, but they can't hit. They can't hit at all. So I expect them to falter. But I don't know.
The Reds Jonathan India I think is so underrated. I think he is one of the best players in the game right now. It just gives them such a boost. And the Pirates, there's nothing that – I mean, it's for the first series, but there was nothing besides O'Neal Cruz hitting a home run that was exciting about the weekend.
You ready to go up for opening day on Friday?
Hey, I'll still go up.
I'll tell you what, though. Bet this game tonight. I'd be jumping on the over in this game, too. They go to Boston.
Pirates, yeah. Is that Boston's home opener?
No,
they were home free against the Orioles. But this
what's the pitching matchup again?
Oviedo and Kai Crawford is like a gas can.
We're gonna be swinging it tonight.
And the Red Sox bullpen. I mean, they use them and the Orioles usually every single.
What is that
pitcher.
total? 8.5, 9?
9.5.
9.5.
Juice to the under, which is weird. I don't see. I have to check the wind and stuff. But there was the offense for the Red Sox is pretty good, and their pitching is horrible. So I think, and the Pirates will hit a little bit on that tonight.
Yeah,
they'll bash some off that monster. For sure.
The Pirates bullpen is so bad. I mean, Will Crow, Chase DeYoung, Dwayne Underwood. I mean, these guys could pitch Division II.
How fast does Bednar get traded? He might be traded by May.
Yeah,
by the end of May.
Just keep an eye on the Pirates' middle relievers. Those names will change weekly. They'll change weekly.
I can't even keep up with.
You will have no idea who they.
Who was the guy that came in the other day against the Reds on opening day? He gave up a home run and then he settled down and did all right.
Well, listen, if the Reds
he used to play for the Reds.
I don't remember that, but if the Reds relief guy Tom could call in and tell us who that was. He walked three guys and hit a guy in an inning. Jarrett, remember the inning?
And I can't remember.
It was absolutely awful. It's off where the Pirates would have probably lost that
middle
game.
relief is a forgotten art now, and it's weird because this is the time in the world where you need that because the starters don't go very long. And Rich Hill, you'll never get more than 5 out of him.
Never.
That's going to be. And the Pirates are going to have to score a lot of runs, at least 6 every time he pitches.
It's amazing. I actually thought about this the other day, how forgotten middle relievers are. I'm trying to think of the last significant middle reliever, maybe like Andrew Miller. For a couple of years ago. Other than that, these guys just are so irrelevant.
Yeah,
They're so.
They are. Tampa's the only team that I know that actually has name middle relief guys because of the way that they do the openers.
And they used to do the opener, so
yeah.
They still do it. But I think it's going to be a long year for our Buccos, sadly.
3 games and Jared's changing his tone, although he's more realistic than Soup and Crest.
Yeah.
So
it's just,
if you have thoughts on the Pirates, we're about to get out of here. 304-214-1600 if you want to call us real quick. If not, save it for tomorrow. We've got plenty more to talk about. Going to get into baseball, Masters. Do you guys watch any WrestleMania?
I did not.
I didn't either. John Cena lost. I saw Roman Reigns plus 325 as a dog. He beat Cody Rhodes. That Dan from Slobovia, that was his buddy, Cody Rhodes. So Dusty Rhodes, American Dream's son. And then there was some, like Rhea Ripley, minus 1,000. She beat Charlotte Flair. Bianca Belair beat some Asuka, A-S-U-K-A.
What would it cost to get that? How much was it?
If you have Peacock, you got it for free.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then some guy named Gunther in a three-way match against Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. Brock Lesnar wins again. Edge wins Hell in the Cell job over Finn Balor.
Yeah, that sits well with me.
And Rey Mysterio beat Dominic Mysterio. No relation.
Yeah.
No, I'm assuming they're related in some. Becky Lynch, Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus, and Lita won in a women's three-way tag team. So lots of good stuff. Oh, Ronda Rousey, too, on the card. She won. I didn't see her all.
Oh, did she win? Oh,
yes,
nice.
she did. She
Great.
did win.
Job, any last closing thoughts?
I got nothing here.
You're ready for tomorrow.
He's ready. Job's ready tomorrow. We'll be ready for tomorrow. We got Chase Harler on the program on all the usual fun stuff. 2 lies, time machine, space, news, all kinds of crazy stuff. It's the Pine Room Podcast here on the Watchdog. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Enjoy the baseball and the national championship game tonight. Best of luck to our 2 contestants for that TV.
This big old world sure got me running around. I heard a voice that said, just settle down. And with the moonlight as my guide, and with this feeling deep inside,